everyone. I hope you're not bored and not frustrated with what's happening right now, with all of us being stuck at home. Right now the weather is not that great outside, so we thought maybe a good activity for something inside the house will be great. Have you ever made a Play-Doh? You might have a Play-Doh at home that you've purchased or your parents have purchased in the past, and it might be still okay. It might even smell nice as well, and it might be various colors. But have you ever made Play-Doh before? Have you ever seen your mom or grandma bake, or maybe dad bake, and use flour? And sometimes you'll get involved in making shapes and doing different things like tarts or making a pastry. Lucy always gets involved. In fact, she's better than I in baking cakes. So today we're going to make Play-Doh so that we can use it as long as you want. It's up to 4 weeks. It will last in a container or in the fridge. And once you've created something that is worthwhile keeping, you can ask your parents or guardians or grandparents to bake it for you. And then it will stay for a very long time, because you can actually also paint it after that as well. So, but first of all, let's go and have a look how to make it. But before you start making it, go and run and check with your parents or grandparents or guardians if it's okay, if you got the ingredients. It's quite simple, no baking involved. All you need, no baking until you've made it, that is. No baking, no cooking on the stove. All you need is flour, salt and water. And if you want to make it colorful, food coloring will be great. If you would like to add a smell, it'll be nice to add vanilla smell or something else to make it really nice smell while you're playing with it. But at the same time, you can make it plain, because then it's easy even to color, because if it's completely plain and you created something really worthwhile to keep, you can then ask your parents or grandparents to bake it for you. We can send the instructions of how to bake it in the comments, and then you can color it with many colors using your paint palette. Great, so let's have a look at how we make Play-Doh next.
Okay guys, so to make the Play-Doh you will need a full cup of plain flour, half a cup of plain salt, and half a cup of ordinary water. And this bit's optional. You can add in different colours of food colouring, and you can add in some vanilla extract. So we're going to put in half a cup of flour, and then just put it in the bowl, and then half a cup of salt, and then put that in, and then half a cup of water, and pour that in, and now we're going to mix it all. And pour that in, and now we're going to mix it all. Okay, so you're going to need to make sure that it's all nice and moist. And now this is the bit where you add your food colouring. So I'm going to add in a bit of yellow. I'm going to do about that much. And then I'm going to add in some pink to make an orange colour. And then add in some vanilla extract to make it smell good. And then just stir that together. You need to add in food colouring. It will turn out exactly the same apart from just no colour. And if you do decide to, I would recommend putting something down on the table so it doesn't get messy, and also ask your parents' permission. So now I'm just going to carry on mixing until it's completely done. So if your Play-Doh is sticky and runny like mine, it's definitely not ready. You will need to add in a bit more of your flour. Okay, so I've added about this much in, and basically you're just going to add it in and just swirl it around like this. Okay, so once it's ready and it's nice and firm together, you're going to put it down on a surface and just lay some flour out and just keep kneading it. Okay, so once you've got it completely ready and ready to play with, you can make anything out of it. And also, if you want to put it away, put it in like a container which has a lid, or a sealable packet like this. Also, I would recommend putting it into the fridge because it will make it last longer, and approximately it will keep for 3 to 4 weeks until it hardens up.
So this is the Play-Doh that Lucy made earlier. It's lovely orange colour. We're going to play a game. You know, there are loads of stories in the Bible, and they are amazing stories, but there is always something in stories that make us remember. For example, the story of Jonah, there's a fish. The story of Noah, there's the ark, which is a big boat. The story of Jesus, there is a cross. There's loads of things that we think of in the story that will help us to remember that story. So, how about we use Play-Doh and we'll make different things and try to guess what they are. So, there we go. I'm going to make something for Lucy to guess and see if you can help us too. So, this is mine. Are you going to make something, Lucy? Okay, Lucy, what's this? There's this. What's this?
A stone.
Yes! And what story does this come from? Which story in the Bible has a stone?
Oh, I forgot his name.
Do you remember somebody slept on a
Yes,
stone?
I know the story.
Jacob!
That's it. I thought it was Peter.
Jacob, who slept on a pillar, which was a stone, really. He used the stone as a pillar. He was running away from his family. He was running away from his brother because he was so afraid.
There we go.
Okay, what have you made? Oh, wow! Can I see it? Okay, can you put it down here? Oh, thank you. Okay. And then, ooh! Oh, that looks like a cave. What story does the cave come from?
Resurrection.
Ah, the story of Jesus' resurrection, because his body was put in a cave with a big stone rolled over. Okay, okay, next, my turn. My turn. Okay, you can use different tools. You can use tools like plastic knives maybe, or different circles. Okay, now I've made something with a big hole. Woohoo! Woohoo! Lucy, woohoo! What can it be? It's like a big trumpet. What story does it come from? Come on, there's loads of stories in the Bible where they use trumpets.
Moses.
Well, I'm sure they use it there too, but the story I'm thinking of is Revelation. There's going to be loads of trumpets when Jesus comes back again. Okay, right, let's do again. What about... Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
You can't make.
Now, what about you? Can you think of something to make out of your Play-Doh? Maybe you can ask your parents or grandparents to take some pictures and we can have a look. And maybe have a guess. Ooh, what's Lucy making? Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, I don't know.
Ah! You can't see very easily by the camera, Lucy. Ah! It looks like a biscuit that's half eaten. Is that biscuit?
No!
Okay. Can you make it kind of plump here? Not like the sign of the computers. Because really, it wasn't the sign of the computers that Adam and Eve ate, did they? Lucy's trying to make an apple. She's trying to be clever. She is clever though. No.
Speckle.
Yes, it's an apple she made. Now, in the story of Adam and Eve, when snake has deceived them, we kind of think of an apple, yeah? But it could have been a different fruit. Okay, fair enough, no problem. Okay, I am making something here, look. There's this.
You sound like you're talking to a baby.
And then there's a head, and then there's a body with arms and legs. What do you think this is?
A pea in a pod.
No, it's a baby in the... What story
Jesus.
do we have?
Moses.
Yes. Moses! He was in the Moses basket. That's where we got Moses basket from. Okay, good. Okay, your turn. I'm going to carry on as well because I hope you've got other ideas. What would you make? Okay. Ah, lovely. Is this a plate?
Yes.
Ah, and what story does it come from?
Elijah.
Ah, very good. You know, in the Old Testament, Elijah was running away from Jezebel. And because of that, he was frightened, got nothing to eat. And God said, you stay near this cave and I will send ravens, the birds, to bring you some food. And so, yeah, it's a good story. Okay, look at this. I've got a... What's this? Oops, it's falling.
Fish.
A fish. Okay.
Jonah.
Jonah, yay! And what happened to Jonah?
He got swallowed by a fish.
Why?
Because he got chucked off a boat.
Yeah, because he didn't want to do what God wanted him to do.
Exactly.
But there's another story. There's at least 2 more stories in the Bible about fish. Can you think of them?
When they go fishing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a three
Fisherman.
stories then. Yes, fisherman. And Jesus says to Peter, I will make you the fishers of men. Yeah. But there's also a story when a little boy brought his fish and his bread,
Oh, yeah.
and there was 5,000 to feed, but he was so interested to see what Jesus and the disciples gonna do, and he said, you have my fish, you have my bread, and feed the 5,000 with it. Gosh, that little boy had faith, definitely. Okay, and there's another story with the fish. Oh, there's loads of stories. I'm sure you can find them too. Come on, Lucy, what's yours? What are you making now?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh! Can you guess what I am making? Now, you sometimes find them in zoos,
A wiggly worm.
and sometimes you find them in other things. What's
It's
this?
a wiggly worm.
Wiggly worm. It can be a wiggly worm, but it's a little bit bigger than that. Now we're even going to make some nice pattern on this one. Yes, you're right. It's a snake. Yay! And what story does the snake come from? Yeah, Adam and Eve. Yes, there was a snake, wasn't it?
And Moses.
And Moses. What happened to that?
He had a staff and then it turned into a snake.
Was it just like that? Gosh.
No, he went and the snake slid.
God told him, didn't he?
But
And that was to show Pharaoh about God's power. Lucy, what are you making?
a star.
A star? Oh, that is so beautiful. Have you seen, everybody? Star. What story does that come from? Yes, Jesus. Yes. Because Jesus...
Mary and Joseph.
Mary and Joseph, yeah, because the three wise men follow the star. Great, okay. What else can we make, Lucy? Okay.
A chicken.
Ah, well, I'm not sure if I can make a good one
You're
with
making
the...
a sausage.
Of sausage? No. But if you can imagine loads of different bricks.
Tower of Babel.
Ah, yes, but it will be huge, of course. This one is not very big. Unfortunately, don't have a huge amount of Play-Doh, but you can still make a small Tower of Babel. Yes, that's an interesting story. Anything else?
Oh.
Am I?
Hey, you stole mine.
Okay, well, you can have mine. You didn't steal it, I borrowed it. Okay, what would you like to make?
Look what I'm
I'm
making.
sure Judah, somebody we know called Judah, would like to make a dinosaur.
Look what I made. A pussycat.
Ah, and what story does that come from?
Creation.
Creation, yay.
Fish is from creation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another story. Gosh, I'm sure you can think of loads of stories and loads of things to make. And you know what? That also inspires you to think of God's creation and God's wonderful things.
Making an angel.
An angel, yes, I'm making
Or
an
someone
angel.
dying on the cross.
No, well, you can, no, but I was an angel, definitely. So, you don't have to stop here. You can carry on in this guess game all the time. You can do it by yourself, or you can do it with your sisters and brothers, or
Brothers
you
and
could...
sisters. You don't say sisters or brothers.
But okay, I say sisters and brothers and sisters, and you can also do it with your mom and dad and grandparents, or even if you are able to FaceTime your cousins or your friends, you can do that as well. And you say, what have I made now? Can you guess? And once you've made something you really want to keep, don't forget to ask your parents or grandparents to have a look at the comments, and there's going to be information about how to bake this. And then get your coloring kit and do some painting. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, my hands. Look at how yellow they are.